Today we will discuss about protein binding of drugs. So it is already previously we have started distribution of drugs, how the drug is distributed. Also we have discussed about factors. So today the most important part, protein binding of drugs, that we will discuss. With this, in the protein binding of drugs, generally the binding may be of different types. It may be your intracellular binding or it may be your extracellular binding. So, if intracellular binding will occur, generally the protein, when the drug will bind with the protein, it may give therapeutic effect. As you already know that when the drug will bind with receptor, it will give therapeutic effect. So sometimes these proteins are the receptors. When the drug will bind with this receptor, it will give therapeutic effect. So this intracellular binding we are calling as primary receptors, because when the drug will bind with this, it will give therapeutic effect. So it is coming to the extracellular binding. So these are all when the drug will bind with this type of proteins or this type of binding will occur, then there will be no therapeutic effect of the drug. So that's why it is called as secondary binding or silent binding. So this is all about your binding of drugs, protein binding of drugs. So generally the drug will bind with proteins in different types of manner. Generally there are different types of intermolecular forces there by which the drug will bind with these proteins, like hydrogen bonds, hydrophobic bonds, ionic bonds and van der Waals forces. So these are the intermolecular forces which are responsible for the binding of drugs to proteins. So these generally two types of classes we can tell in this protein binding of drugs. First one, binding of drugs to blood components. Second one, binding of drugs to extravascular tissue proteins, fats and bones. So generally the binding of drugs to blood components already we know that it may be plasma proteins, blood cells, RBC, WBC. So different types of blood cells there. With this, the most more concentration is plasma proteins. So these are the two binding agents, how the drug is binding with them. First one, blood components and extravascular tissue proteins, like your different types of tissues which are present in extravascular sites, and fats and bones. But these will not affect that much like your binding with blood components. So let us discuss about binding of drugs to blood components. The first one, binding of drugs to proteins, plasma proteins. So there are not a single type of plasma protein, there are different types of plasma proteins there. Like your human serum albumin, globulin, glycoprotein, lipoproteins, hemoglobin. So these are the most abundant proteins present in the plasma. With this, if we try to compare, the most concentration is HSA. HSA means your human serum albumin. It is albumin, and the concentration is more. So the most of the protein, most of the drugs will bind with this HSA. Then coming to second one, alpha acid glycoprotein. It is also less concentration than your albumin. And third one, lipoproteins. Fourth one, globulins. So if we will try to make one order, the first one will come at HSA, then your alpha acid glycoproteins, third one lipoproteins, fourth one globulins. So molecular weight also will be different in different proteins. So let us discuss about individually. Binding of drugs to HSA, human serum albumin. Generally the human serum albumin having molecular weight of 65,000 and the concentration range will be 3 to 5%. And Generally, this HSA having four binding sites. Four binding sites, site 1, 2, 3 and 4. Site 1 is called as warfarin azapropazone binding site. So this type of drugs, those are coming under this group, warfarin and azapropazone. These will bind with this site 1. Then coming to site 2, it is known as diazepam binding site. The drugs which are coming on diazepam, benzodiazepines, these are binding with site 2. Also, not only this diazepam, so many drugs are there which are binding with this ketoprofen, ibuprofen, your cloxacillin, probenecid. So these are binding with this site 2. Like site 1, what am I telling, warfarin binding site. So many drugs are there which will bind with this, and these are your non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like phenylbutazone, naproxen, indomethacin, and sulfonamides, phenytoin. So these drugs bind with site 1. Coming to site 3, it is known as digitoxin binding site. Site 4 is known as tamoxifen binding site. 4 sites there. So from this, site 1 and site 2 are more important because maximum of the drugs are binding with these two sites, site 1 and site 2 of the albumin. And sometimes we'll see the drug will bind with two sites. One drug will bind with site 1, also it will bind with site 3. So in these cases, one will tell primary site, second one will tell secondary site. That means primary site is responsible to give the effect and secondary site is not responsible any type of effect, but still the drug will bind. Then coming to, these are the things. Then coming to the second one, binding to alpha acid glycoprotein, binding of drugs to alpha acid glycoproteins. So this also called as orosomucoid. This type of proteins is also called as orosomucoid. Its molecular weight is 44,000. Its concentration is 0.04 to 0.1%, and generally this type of binding, so many drugs there which are binding with this type of sites like lidocaine, propranolol, quinidine, and your amitriptyline, imipyramidine. So this type of drugs will bind with this alpha acid glycoproteins. Then coming to binding of drugs to lipoproteins. So lipoproteins quantity also more in the body, and this type of lipoproteins having molecular weight range from 2 lakhs to 34 lakhs. It's a highly molecular weight proteins, we can tell, lipoproteins. So there are generally 4 types of lipoproteins there. It is classified into 4 types. One is chylomicrons, then your VLDL, very low density lipoproteins, LDL, low density lipoproteins, HDL, high density lipoproteins. So these are the different types of lipoproteins present in the body. And with these so many drugs there, they will bind with like some examples: acidic drugs, neutral drugs, also some basic drugs also binding with these lipoproteins. For example, acidic drug like your diclofenac. Diclofenac is binding with these lipoproteins. Neutral drugs, cyclosporine. Your basic drugs like chlorpromazine. So this type of drugs are binding with lipoproteins because its molecular weight is more, and there are different various types of lipoproteins there. Then coming to the third one, binding of drugs to globulins. So globulins also most important plasma protein, and there are 4 types of globulins there: alpha 1 globulin, alpha 2 globulin, alpha 3 and gamma. So alpha 1 globulin is called as your trascutin. alpha 1 called as transcortin. It is also called as CBG. CBG means corticosteroid binding globulin. Corticosteroid binding globulin. So this type of globulins, alpha 1 globulin, is responsible to binding with different types of steroids like cortisone, prednisolone. So this type of steroidal drugs are binding with alpha 1 globulin. Coming to alpha 2, it is called as ceruloplasmin. It is called as ceruloplasmin. So it is responsible to binding with different types of vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, K, and cupric ions. These are binding with this alpha 2 globulins. Then coming to your beta 1, it is known as beta 1 globulin. It is known as your transferrin, and this type of drugs are responsible to binding with ferric ions. That means irons are binding with this beta 1 globulin. Then you are coming to beta 2 globulin. Beta 2 globulin is also known as carotenoids. Beta 2 known as carotenoids. And finally, gamma globulins. These are specifically binding with your antigens. So generally 5 types are what I told: globulins: alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, and gamma. Alpha 1 is responsible to binding with different types of steroidal drugs. Is also called as transcortin. Alpha 2 is known as ceruloplasmin. It is responsible to binding with different types of vitamins A, D, E, K, oil soluble vitamins. These are then cupric ions. Then your beta 1 is known as transferrin. So it is responsible to binding with ferrous ions. Then alpha 2, it is also known as carotenoids. And finally gamma globulins. Gamma globulins is responsible to bind with your antigens. So these are your binding with proteins like globulins. Next one, binding of drugs to blood cells. Already I told you, blood cells contain different types of other substances, not only proteins, like it contains hemoglobin, it contains carbonic anhydrase, it contains cell membranes, cell membrane of RBC, WBC. So this type of different types of cell membranes also it contains. So from all these, hemoglobin, which is having molecular weight of 64,500, it is approximately similar to your human serum albumin. It is also most binding substance in the blood, and its concentration is more than albumin. It is 7 to 8 times more than the albumin. And different types of drugs like phenytoin, phenobarbital, phenothiazine is binding to the hemoglobin. Next one, carbonic anhydrase. So carbonic anhydrase, so many drugs there like acetazolamide, chlorothalidone. So this type of drug, chlorothalidone and acetazolamide, are binding with this carbonic anhydrase. Might have studied in pharmacology, carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. So in diabetics, one drug there, acetazolamide, which is known as carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. So this type of drugs prevent or block the carbonic anhydrase. So this type of drugs binding with carbonic anhydrase. Coming to next one, cell membrane. So many drugs there like imipramine, chloropromazine are binding with different types of membranes of cells like RBC cell membrane. So these are all about your protein binding of drugs, and different types of drugs are binding to different types of plasma proteins and blood components. In the next class, we will discuss about tissue binding of drugs and factors affecting protein binding of drugs.